With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the New York Jets. Here's Cairo Santos now ready to get this one started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? Be able to get him in the 2nd round, that's what I call a steal.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. On the option right is Jackson. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. He's just got to be thinking, I hope that's not a harbinger of things to come. Very first pass of the afternoon picked.
And where do you go from here? Because when you start that way, do you allow that to seep into you and stay with you the rest of the game? Or do you find a way out of it? We're going to find out.
A run there on first down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Let's go.
And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, They have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
They'll roll him out right. Touchdown! It's complete. Elijah Moore, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore.
The catch and the touchdown, they were the end result of a terrific route run by the receiver.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0.
Next to score, Jets 7, Ravens nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
2nd and 5. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down to the 3.
You have to ask the question, where was the help? Because it's a little surprising to me that he'd find that much room to run this close to the end zone. He doesn't quite get there, but he sets his guys up with a 1st and goal.
And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Grant Delpit able to get him for a loss of about 3. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Here's Jackson. And it's caught. And in for the Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins from 6 yards away. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off around the 41. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline. And now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. so that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football, all right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the gun, Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And here he'll get it down to the 7.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now Jackson taps this forward, jet sweep. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
They run with Edwards. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Gus Edwards punching it in from a yard away. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what...
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off at the 40. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Now Jackson on first down. Quick slant to Brown. Touchdown! Hollywood, Marquise Brown. 28 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And it's now 21-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 18. He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They go play action now. Jackson. That's taken in by Duvernay. There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
Yeah, and that was sheer determination right there. He decided before the play, if there was a sliver, he was going to take advantage of it. Looked the ball in, turned on the Jets, and took it all the way.
And the next-gen stats show us the tale of how much yardage he was able to tack on after the catch. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Here's 2nd and 10. They go play action with Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Malik Harrison on the tackle. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air, according to next-gen stats. Wow. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
At their own 24-yard line. 'Yard 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 line. 'Yard
Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. Play action. It's Jackson. He's going to find his tight end Boyle. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Jackson. Dancing to his left. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
C.J. Mosley, the former Raven, in there on the tackle. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Play action. Now Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And they're going to get him down shy of the 1st at about the 13-yard line. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little.
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Jets get the quick strike touchdown. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10.
Ravens 31, Jets 21. Santos set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. They go play action with Jackson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. Well, this has been a bit of a tough game to figure out when it comes to him throwing the football. He's got the 3 touchdown passes, but now, Charles, this is a 3rd interception.
And those aren't really numbers that you'd like to see balance out. In a normal ledger sheet, if you can balance everything, you feel good about your day. But as a quarterback, you need your ratio to be more like 3 touchdown passes to 1 interception.
A good run of 6 yards there gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up. They'll try to run for it with Carter. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Jets are able to make this a close game again. Now the point after try for Santos. And the lead is down to a field goal now.
Makes the score Ravens 31, Jets 28. Santos sets the kickoff.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw complete there to Bateman. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw again is Jackson. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. And out of bounds right around the 20. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up for the 1st and goal.
Throw right side here, taken in by Bateman. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Now it's Jackson. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And the Jets are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this. He'll let one go deep for Howard. And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
Well, no kneeling for them. They decided they weren't going to run out the clock. They decided to take their shot downfield, hoping to either make a connection or a pass interference call. They wanted more points to put on the board.
2nd and 10. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And, Charles, they trail here, though not really the fault of this offense.
No, they certainly did their part in the first half. But when you're in a shootout like this, you definitely want your defense to play better, but you know that's out of your control. All you can do, keep putting points on the scoreboard and keep giving your defense opportunities to make stops.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Out of the gun, they run with Carter. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime Minks had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Well, they've certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. Just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
On 1st and 10, it's Carter. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. To throw is Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Ravens are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Andrews. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A big play that time on the catch and run. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. Flush to his right. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen. And
he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with a touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Wilson. He's got a man. It's his fullback. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Wilson. Can't get away, and he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. It's a 39-yard punt, and good coverage means a loss on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive. And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a two-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
44 yards rushing for him now to this point. 3 yards remain for second down. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Jackson from the shotgun. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. Sharp there with his feet, gets him a little extra space, and then drop just inside the 20. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. And that's on the guard, Kevin Zeitler. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
After what they've faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. Here's Jackson. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Carl Lawson. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Ravens are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Odafe Oweh picks up his second sack of the afternoon. So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Jets have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Santos with the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away.
Yeah.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson. He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins. And that's good for a gain of 6. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Throwing is Jackson. Out to his left. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Jackson's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown! Marquise Brown. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Ravens Ravens are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth-quarter lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. The scoreboard tells a story for them a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Wilson. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws. That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Ravens are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the 1st. Now the defense going to use the 1st of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. The Ravens send their punter out now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. On the NFL scoreboard, 4th quarter now at Soldier Field. And that one's pretty well wrapped up as the Giants have grown their lead even further. A win would be their first of the year. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. but it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really